Good morning, everyone. This is Julia Lopez here, your communication architect, again, wearing the hat of VP of PSA Spain. And it's my pleasure to share this early morning with my lady
Partner in
in
crime.
crime here. And we have a very special guest today because he is not a speaker per se, saying that a professional speaker, but he has been speaking professionally all over the globe, and especially here in Barcelona. He is someone that everybody knows. You know him, Marta. I
Yes, of
know him.
course. Of course, I
And
know him.
I, sorry?
Of course, I know him. He's great. And as you said, a very good communicator.
Absolutely. And he's a proof of how important being a good communicator is because he is a super connector.
Exactly.
Before we invite him to the room, let me give you just a brief introduction about him because he will introduce himself and share with us why he does what he does and why communication is important to his life. Our guest today is Victor Horcasitas, and he's Barcelona City and Business Ambassador. He leads Barcelona Metropolitan Magazine, which is the definitive guide to all relevant issues facing the English speaking community of Barcelona and expat in Spain. And I can endorse that because his magazine is gorgeous. He advises on all issues and provide visibility to the leading companies on relocation, international schools, advanced education, language learning, immigration, insurance, corporate information, health service, translation, pets, drive licenses, schools, dating, and travel services. He is also trusted expert on expats. He has a laser focus on the developments that the international community needs to know. And he keeps them informed via websites, videos, podcasts, newsletters, social media, and magazine. Victor Orcasita is our special guest at the Make an Impact convention next November here in Barcelona at the H10 Marina Hotel. With no further ado, Victor, welcome and bon dia.
Boom, boom, boom. Wow, you
Hey.
made me sound like a rock star. That's very kind of you. Uh,
You are a rock star. You know, it was just too humble to notice, but you are a rock star.
it's very kind of you. Actually, it's my wife who's basically runs the magazine. I'm kind of the voice because she doesn't like the spotlight, even though she's a fantastic public speaker. She just doesn't like to. Well, most I think what she likes to do is to focus on delivering a quality magazine and social media for our clients.
And
Um,
I said that honestly, not just to spoil you. Is I really do. We here at home with Marcus, we received your magazine monthly, and we really enjoy it. So well
oh,
done there,
well, thank you
Marta.
so
I
much.
know you are eager to ask Victor a question.
Come
Well,
on, Mark.
yes, yes. Well, actually, you are the guy who delivers, as Tulia said, messages to all these community, international community, and we're gonna have the international speakers coming to our convention. And actually, our convention feature inside talks, workshops, and panel discussions with experts. What do you think all the attendees, as you, are going to have? What insights you can tell them to have, and how can these insights they're going to boost their ventures?
Well, I have a little bit of a bias because I attended the Professional Speakers Association of Spain's event last year that Jessica Breitenfeld and I were promoting, and I got to see a full day of fantastic speakers that just inspire you, they motivate you, they make you feel like you can move mountains when you leave that event. between the networking of great people, speakers, and followers around the world, to the subject matters that really help you make a positive and powerful first impression, to capture the audience's attention and just keep it until the end. It's a fantastic experience. So if you ever need in these times where economically things might be a little bit difficult, or if you need some ideas of how to be better at selling or better at nurturing a relationship, you can't find a better collection of speakers to show you how it's done. So you guys do a fantastic job.
Yes.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, now we're feeling. I even grew up a little bit more here on my seat after that. But I don't take all the credit because I was not on stage last year. I will be with this lady here on stage this year, but we will be moderating, like introducing all the amazing people that are coming, because behind the speaker are this amazing person with lots of experiences, and the scope of the event is really to help the ones participating to understand and to get information on how they can up level their communication skill to a professional level, whether they want to become professional speakers or not. And that is the main thing. It's going to be very interactive, Victor. You will see that. So for your people there, Victor, I know you are you promote a lot of entrepreneurs. When I was reading your introduction, I was saying that how attentive you are in terms of bringing the information, bringing the knowledge to your people, which are the entrepreneurs, the startups, for them to move forward. So in your view, and you are a man communicating all over, and a natural communicator, what would be the message you will give to your people?
Well, what we like to do, or what I like to think, is the power of storytelling. And when you go and watch professionals like yourselves with these master oratorical powers show you how to capture, it could be a very simple subject, but you infuse it with power. Or it could be a very complex thing, and you, within a few minutes, be able to condense it into a very concise, understandable message. This is what we like to do, and tell the stories of people who have chosen to move to Barcelona or to a new place anywhere in the world, and they have the challenges of setting up a company or setting up a new job, or setting up a family, because there's phenomenal women that are often kind of in the background, where they follow their husbands for their career to advance, but they have to set up the houses, they have to find the schools, they have to figure out the nannies, they have to figure out, if it's a new culture, where to buy the clothes and the food and all this stuff. And it is really great, because what I found at the PSA events are people that are just like us, going through the struggles of trying to grow a business, and yet you basically give really impactful, very actionable advice, and there's a connection that you resonate with people powerfully. And I try to replicate that, but obviously I'm not a professional, so I like to go to see how the real professionals do it from around the globe, so that we can hone our message a little bit more concisely and deliver good service to our audience and good information to our readers.
That's awesome.
That's wow. I have a question. In your opinion, Victor, today, because there are so many things emerging right now, what type of trends or key insights you think they're growing and upcoming, and how this, because we know who is speaking, we know who are the speakers, we know the messages they're going to deliver, but what are the trends emerging that and we need to deliver in this convention?
Well, there's a number of them, and I don't think we have enough time for the here. But the people who are nomads, who are entering into new cultures, is always something to be careful with. The nuances in language and your ability to communicate effectively, whether you're in Korea, China, Japan, Spain, Mexico, certainly in the Middle East, you got to be careful with your messaging. The other thing that I saw was the trending is the use of artificial information and engines that can build into people's ability to respond effectively, as well as the dangers of not being aware of artificial intelligence. Another trend that I really see, and I'm really excited to do it, is part of our magazine, is the explosion of women who are highly qualified to lead companies and entrepreneurship. They for forever. The high water mark, I believe, was 2020, when that was the high water mark for the investing in women. And of all the money in the world, I think it was 250 billion or something like this. Only 2% of that money went to women-run companies. 2% and that's the highest we've ever reached. So our magazine, my wife and I were very supporters of women and women entrepreneurs, and we like to showcase those people who have chosen to move to another country and now are starting a company. It's always hard to start your own company. Imagine doing it in a new country where you don't speak the language as a mother tongue. And I mean, you guys are multilingual. You guys are definitely polyglots. So you guys can understand the challenges. But for small entrepreneurs, I think this is a big trend, and you see women being sending the message of how to shatter the ceiling, as well as just use tricks and the trade of how to be better sellers and better presenters. And a lot of times, even if you're not in sales, or if you're not in a role where you're publicly speaking, I love the message you guys constantly say. You don't have to be a professional speaker, but you definitely need to know how to speak professionally. And
Exactly.
it's that's the message that we're trying to do, and try to help some of the entrepreneurs get their message out to be more effective, to be more professional when they're trying to convey their image.
That's
That's
very well said. Thank you so
very
much.
powerful, very impactful what you said, actually, huh?
Exactly.
What to finish with this conversation, what is what can you share, like a memorable or impactful experience that you have with speakers that help others? Because what you just said is very important. The trends and the way we talk today with the public speaking impacts the other people to realize what they need to do also. And what will be your memorable experience if you have one?
Well, one is a friend of mine, so I'll single him out. Do you know Andrew Funk from Homeless Entrepreneur?
I do him. Yeah.
We
I
have
met
read
him
those,
many,
yeah.
20 years. No, not 20 years, but some 10, 15 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, about
Lovely.
something like that. I used to have a radio show here in Barcelona, and Andrew was on my show, and he said he wanted to launch this thing called Homeless Entrepreneur to give visibility to many people who, for whatever reason in their life, they had a really bad luck, but they are talented, they are driven, they are ambitious, but they're homeless, and they need a. He wanted to set up a platform to help people who were willing to help themselves become very productive members of society again. And he provided a platform to do that. And so Homeless Entrepreneur is something that I'd love to kind of put out there. But he's also, for example, partnering with somebody who he met through our magazine. And this woman, she put together, basically, she has a laundry service. And the laundry service is over by the Mercat, over in next to the cathedral. And what she does is she gives a place for homeless people to take a shower for free. So it's a normal laundromat service, but the profits that she uses from that go to give them a place so they can change. You think about homeless people, they may be talented, they may be great, wonderful people, but if they smell bad, or they how do you do an interview and get a job if you can't get a good place to sleep and to take a shower? So anyway, when I heard their missions, I was immediately impacted and wanted to help. So shout out to both of these people that are sort of this, and there's so many different organizations that are providing great service, desperately needed. In Spanish we call it obra social, that social mission to make an impact, which is the name of this convention, make an impact. And the in order to be effective in getting people to understand what they're doing and infuse other people with passion and compel them to act, you need to be able to speak professionally. And you guys provide a service and ability to learn how to do this.
Thank you.
Victor, I will leave there because you said it all. You said very well. And I was just thinking here when listening to you, I said, oh my God, we have to have Victor on stage for
With
the
us.
next convention 2024. So take this already, put that already in your calendar. We will give you a date, and then it'll be amazing to have you there to share your experience from this side, from the social, from what you see people doing, and because that also
Of
helps us
course.
to see, to expand our world and make a big impact, because we might oversee things that are just around the corner from us that we could also support, be more active and proactive. Thank you so much, Victor, for being here, spending this short time with us. And I hope we can have more of those conversations in the very near future. And see you, if not before, on November 18th.
All
See
right.
you. Bye bye.
Visca,
Bye.
PSA Spain.
Yes.
Yeah.